Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. A chart analyst from a popular media outlet says, hey, XRP at $3.30. Oh yes, my friends, that's the target. It is in the crosshairs. Frankly, probably just a matter of time, right? And so this amidst a very interesting landscape in terms of crypto market prices, as Elon Musk has said something that just basically lit the world of crypto on fire. And so I'm going to mention it. I'll just mention it now, actually, because I'm not going to go in depth in this video. There's actually a ton to unpack about what Elon Musk said, so I'm just going to talk about that extensively in a separate video. But just know this, in case you have missed out on the news. Elon Musk has come out. And mind you, this is after Tesla has purchased, what, $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. And then recently, just a couple days or so ago, announced that they're no longer going to allow you to use Bitcoin to purchase cars. Well, now he has stated that Bitcoin is highly centralized and indicated that Tesla rather, might be selling all of its Bitcoin. So it's just the market's been tanking. It's been fascinating. I'm having a good time, just kicking my toes up, kicking my feet up, and munching on some popcorn, because why the hell not? Like, just set the whole thing on fire, whatever. It doesn't matter though. Like, it doesn't matter. People are freaking out. They don't know what they're doing. They're making buying and selling decisions based on emotion, and that doesn't typically go well. And so the market's down. XRP today did follow. The market was down yesterday too, mind you, and XRP was up, which was fascinating to see. But this time, yes, XRP has gone down right along with the rest of the asset class, and it functionally doesn't matter. We are still in a bull market. So look, I do want to be clear at the outset, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast making YouTube videos as a fun hobby about Ripple and XRP and cryptocurrencies, and that's all that's going on here. Damn it. So anyway, XRP, as I record this, is at $1.41. Bitcoin is at $43,000. Market cap for the asset class down to just over $2 trillion. And you've got Bitcoin dominance down to 39.82%. And in scrolling through this, you can see most of the market within the last 24 hours down, mostly 10 to 15%. Some coins a little outside of that, up or down, but still not looking too terribly hot. And look, there's an argument to be made too, because obviously Bitcoin leads the market, and then everything else here is just following Bitcoin. So there's an argument to be made that Bitcoin was going to go down regardless of what happened, with Elon and his tweets. What he had to say about Bitcoin. So it looked like the timing lines up, so it's very clear that when he tweeted what he tweeted, said what he said, yes, the market did promptly dump. But whether that was the catalyst or just just to let a little bit more time pass and it would have gone down anyway, like it looks like it probably was going to happen either way, frankly. So maybe just a hair sooner than it otherwise would have, because the market was already spooked. The market, if you look at the fear and greed index, my gosh, it hasn't been this bad since, like, I don't know, 13 months ago with the whole pandemic era stuff going on. Not fun times. And so Bitcoin got down to as low as $42,345 within the last 24 hours. But look, just to be clear, and there's so many new people coming on board, I want to keep reiterating this in videos where I talk about price. This does not spook me personally at all. None of this does. Seeing XRP go down, none of this freaking matters. We're just, as far as XRP is concerned, we're just range bound for a while. But eventually, since we're in a bull market, I fully anticipate that XRP is going to move to the upside. And so the daily oscillations, do they make me feel bad emotions and scared? No, because it doesn't make any logical sense. I don't react like that. I've been in this market for 3.5 years, and I've never sold a single XRP. Look at the price action on a chart for the last 3.5 years. Tell me if you'd make it. Well, some of you, it's like some of you have been around as long as me or longer, so some of you have. But I'm just saying, for the newer people out there, like, if this is making you feel scared, just look at what historically has happened. I'm just sharing with you. This doesn't concern me. It doesn't. It's neat to track. It's fun to track just because I've got skin in the game, but it functionally won't matter. And so here was a chart analyst, Sheldon McIntyre, who writes for FX Street, and here's the headline. XRP price forecast. XRP consolidates, but $3.30 in the crosshairs. XRP price is shaping a symmetrical triangle pattern that is often considered a continuation pattern, but it can resolve both ways. Yeah, right. Okay, so let me pause there. True. This is true. Even I know, like, I'm not a chart analyst, mind you. I don't want to pretend to be. Of course not. But I am certainly aware of that. And I would just, if I could just reiterate something I said a moment ago, we're in a bull market. So even if you did see some sort of downward price action in the short term here, I still think in general, the breaks that you'll see with XRP moving forward for the duration of this market cycle, they will be to the upside. That just makes logical sense. That's what's happening with other cryptocurrencies. Anyways, piece continues. The emerging pattern offers some clarity to the uneven price action over the last month and solidifies the short-term neutral outlook for the international settlements token. And I don't want to go through this whole thing, but let me cut to the chase here. Let me get to the bottom. Here we go. So we wrapped up the article in part by stating the following. The potential of a positive resolution to the SEC case with Ripple, combined with rumors of an IPO following the case, has many investors focused on the all-time high at $3.30. It has been proven this year by other cryptocurrencies that all-time highs can be a powerful magnet for price. So on those points, those fundamental things, yeah, I mean, I would agree that if you see some sort of clarity here sooner than later, legal clarity, it's perfectly reasonable to think that you're going to see some sort of pump in price. You saw that with, for instance, the KIN token, which was put out by Kick Interactive after they got legal clarity, after they settled their whole thing with the SEC. So reasonable to think that. I still think even outside of that, outside of IPO news, this or that, I still firmly believe that XRP is going to at some point hit its all-time high anyway, because XRP is moving with the rest of the market, and it's just functionally not going to matter. Now, as far as the all-time high being at $3.30, I don't know where he got that number, but if you go to different sources, you will find different all-time highs for XRP listed because they pull data from various sources and in different ways. So, for instance, if you go to livecoinwatch.com, they say the XRP all-time high was $3.92. But either way, substantially higher than it is today. And what he also wrote here is very true in that all-time highs can be a powerful magnet for price. See, because look, what happens when the all-time highs hit? Fear of missing out sets in. Human psychology takes over. It's not about fundamentals of the cryptocurrency. When XRP hits almost $4, hits its all-time high, previous all-time high, well, current all-time high too, fine. But once it hits that, you might think, well, why weren't you paying attention when it was like 17 cents a few months ago? Because then it's scary. See, people feel like it's validated when it's at its all-time high. And so you just wait, and this is how humans have been behaving with the rest of the crypto in the rest of the crypto space, this market cycle. All-time highs get hit, and they keep rallying. Even if that's considered some sort of resistance level, still ultimately the levels get broken through. Like that is what we've seen. We saw it with Bitcoin. We saw it with Ethereum. We saw it with Ethereum Classic. Oh yes, the best cryptocurrency on the entire planet. Just there are a number of coins that have taken off, and that's something that you sing amongst all of them. Like it does attract a lot of attention. Think about when Doge rocketed to whatever the hell it rocketed to. What did it go to? 70 something cents? I haven't looked at it in a while. It's currently at 47 cents, but yeah, its all-time high was 73.7 cents. I mean, the amount of attention in mainstream media even around this is intense. And so I do think you'll see mainstream media talking about XRP as soon as it gets, pretty close to its all-time high. XRP, frankly, actually has been discussed in the mainstream media for other reasons, namely what's happening with the SEC. But in terms of price action, yeah, that's going to garner a lot of attention as soon as we hit there. And so here's a tweet now from Credible Crypto. If you are selling Bitcoin here because of an Elon tweet, I'm sorry, but you're not going to make it. Truer words have never been spoken, my friend. And then he also went in a separate tweet, which is on your screen. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but he basically noted also the biggest, most aggressive move for Bitcoin is yet to come. And so he's talking about Wave 5, which he believes is upcoming. So the most crazy Bitcoin price activity we've not yet seen, so says Credible Crypto. What about the blockchain backer? I listened to a video from him, and actually just for frame of reference as I record this, it is May 17th, 12:38 a.m. Central Standard Time. Yes, I record at weird times. It's not p.m., it is 12:38 a.m. But I'm not married, and I don't have any kids that I'm aware of anyway, so I can just do whatever the hell I want. That part is nice. That part is definitely nice, but yes, early in the AM hours here, right? And I'm in the, did I say it? Sorry, my brain's all over the place right now. I'm in the Midwest in the United States also, just for frame of reference. But anyway, I watched a video from the blockchain backer, which he put out technically yesterday, Sunday. And really, he was kind of talking about Bitcoin in general because it's been interesting seeing what's happening here. But it was also just kind of an opportunity to just kind of to talk about why it's important to have a level head. And so I appreciate the thoughts that he put out there. But is Bitcoin going to zero? Is the best already behind us in terms of Bitcoin price action? Probably not. So here's what the blockchain backer had to say. After enough analyzing, there is still a strong argument that the Bitcoin top isn't in yet. I think we're creating our left shoulder and will lure in more retail buyers in the 70,000s. Retail investors are too scared right now and aren't screaming buy the dip like in a normal pop. I suspect there is still a dip into the 43,000s, but retail selling is pretty exhausted. And the narrative is really effective. Their idol is telling them Bitcoin is bad. That's enough to shake out a ton of them, mixed with prolonged, boring negative price action for 3 months. Yeah, I know. Think about that. Oh gosh, it's been 3 whole months. Yeah, no, but the people do. They get like they become little bitches about it. Like, can I say that? Yeah, of course I can. It's my channel. Damn it, I do what I want. But they do. I get it. I understand. Especially if you see other coins taken off this. I understand the human psychology behind it. It's just not. It just doesn't make sense to let those emotions get the best of you. That's my humble opinion, anyway. But yeah, so as far as Bitcoin, when he tweeted that was about like 12 hours ago. So Bitcoin was a bit higher. Was it like 47,000? And so it did dip about to that level, right? Down to the 43,000, because again, it got into the upper 42,000 region. So yeah, and he's not the only one that expected. I'm going to highlight another analyst that was basically expecting the same thing, and it came to pass. So it's interesting. It's weird. It's like you might think some of these analysts have big followings for a reason. You might think that. I think that. And then he wrote the following. Fear and greed index already in extreme fear with additional hardcore FUD added. So he's talking about Elon there, of course. And then he writes, while at the bottom of a range, it's the perfect formula for a monster bounce. Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing that, just to resume the takeoff for the crypto asset class in terms of price action. Would not mind that one bit. And then about 8 hours ago, chart analyst Leb Crypto wrote, the channel of doom. And that's just how it plays in my head when he wrote doom. Swiftly approaching major support. This is where you buy, not sell. Yeah. How many people aren't following that advice, though? Reclaiming $47,000 would be bullish short term, confirming a relief rally. Failed to do that, and we head to the $38,000 to $42,000 support levels sooner than later. Yes, a wide zone of significant support. Sprinkling buy orders there would be best. And so when he says sprinkling buy orders, that he's talking about for the people that are traders. I'm not. I don't think it makes sense for the typical person to be a trader, because data shows that people are really bad at being traders, and something like 90 or 95% of them just lose money. And then the rest of the 5%, it doesn't mean they're making fortunes. So to the ones that can pull it off, though, I say my hat is off to you. That's fantastic. It's very awesome sauce for you. But I'm just saying, for the typical person, no, run from the concept. All right. And so then, next here we've got chart analyst Josh Rager, and I just thought that was funny, so I'd mention it. He wrote, "You guys are familiar with Peter Schiff, right? He's known as affectionately as the gold bug. He does not like Bitcoin. He doesn't like crypto in general. He thinks it's all going to zero. Yes, he firmly believes the entire asset class, given enough time, all of it will go away. He actually still believes that in 2021. Bonker stuff, I understand. Because like, we could all be wrong about like the horses we're betting on. That would be one thing. Which coins will win. Fine. But the whole asset class going away, that's ridiculous. That is completely absurd, And so he'll tweet all sorts of bad stuff about Bitcoin, and it's funny because sometimes that when he does that, it's marked a bottom in the cycle. It's been comically true at many times, and then Bitcoin or crypto take off in general. And so Josh Rager, chart analyst, wrote, "Looks like Peter Schiff may have been the bottom signal." And I didn't pull up for this video. It's just another Peter Schiff tweet, but it was basically his typical tirade about how Bitcoin, blah blah blah, this that, it's bad, it's not good, bad investment, blah 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 blah, all that crap. And so maybe that's a bottom signal. Let's check it out. Here's a tweet from chart analyst Murphy. "The novelty of Elon's tweets will wear thin soon. We already see the diminishing returns when he mentions Doge, and this will continue to decrease. As soon as a strategy becomes obvious to all, it loses its edge. I expect the same will be true for blindly longing his tweets." Yeah, so ultimately all that stuff's not going to matter. And as far as Bitcoin directionally, there's additional evidence that this thing's not over in terms of Bitcoin heading back to a new all-time high, this market cycle. Here's a headline from the Daily Huddle. Bitcoin bull run intact despite collapse to $46,000, says on-chain analyst, and here's why. And so this was from what is technically yesterday. For me, I still count it as the same day because I haven't gone to sleep yet, but technically yesterday. And this was before Bitcoin got as low as 42,000, whatever the hell it got to. But anyway, an emerging on-chain analyst believes that the Bitcoin bull market is intact in spite of the leading crypto asset's latest crash to $46,000. In the most recent installment of the Pomp newsletter, Will Clement looks at on-chain activity and concludes that the Bitcoin bull market is not yet over. He points to activity on crypto exchanges, which he says indicates that deep-pocketed investors bought the Bitcoin dip as fear gripped the market. And here's a quote. Speaking of exchange flows, one of the largest exchange outflows of the year took place amidst all the panic. Over-the-counter outflows also spiked during the dip. It appears big money bought the fear. How about that? Fear getting snatched right up, because that's what it is. When you're selling in a panic like this, there's somebody out there that will purchase your fear. And so just another indication that the best is yet ahead. And certainly that's true for altcoins, I think anyway. Because most altcoins, including XRP, have not even hit their previous all-time high. Well, in case of XRP, fine current all-time high. You know what I mean. You got that cut on my jib. That's going to happen. Even if Bitcoin actually already hit its top for this cycle, which I'm not convinced of, but even if it did, we still have that to look forward to. Do you really think that all of the money in this space is going to exit the world of crypto before taking advantage of the fact that there are altcoins that haven't spiked yet? Do you really think people are going to behave like that? Because I sure as hell don't. And it's not about fundamentals, so I just think everything's going to go. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, though, but I will wrap up here. I'm not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because if anything I say are right, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.